The method of levels is a talking therapy that directly applies the principles of perceptual control theory to the practice of psychotherapy. Perceptual control theory, or PCT, is a theory of human behaviour. To understand how the method of levels works, you need to know something about what this theory says about why people experience psychological distress and what can help to reduce it. PCT argues that all human behaviour, in fact the behaviour of all living things, has just one purpose: to control our perceptions. But what does that actually mean? Well, basically, we all have a set of references for how we would like the world to be. Other terms we could use to describe these references might be goals, preferences, values, or just rights. When our experience of the world doesn't fit with these references, we react in a way that tries to bring our experience in line with the way we want things to be. For example, if you were sat outside in the blazing sunshine one day and you decided you were too hot, you might act in a way that brings your temperature back down to a level that's comfortable for you. Maybe you'd find some shade or get a cold drink. From a PCT perspective, all of our behaviour is aimed at making sure our perceptions of the world match up with the way we want things to be. However, sometimes we can end up in a situation where we have references or goals that clash with each other. Maybe we want to get out of the hot sun, but we're also enjoying sitting with friends or enjoying the weather. In this case, there's a tension between our goal to enjoy the company of our friends and our goal to keep cool. PCT describes this as conflict, and it's a common source of psychological distress. Most of the time we're able to quickly resolve conflicts like this. However, sometimes we encounter a conflict that hangs around and seems more difficult to resolve. The way we resolve conflicts is through a process called reorganization. This is a random process that introduces a change into the way we're behaving. If this change has the effect of reducing the gap between how we perceive things and the way we want things to be, then it's likely we'll continue behaving in that way. Think about the example of being too hot again. Maybe you find that wearing a sun hat makes the heat less of a problem for you, and it allows you to carry on talking with your friends. This has resolved the conflict you're experiencing, at least for now. The method of levels, or MOL, works by applying these principles to help people resolve more difficult conflicts, ones that people have struggled to resolve through other means. An MOL therapist's job isn't to provide advice or guidance on how to solve a problem. Instead, their role is to ask lots of questions about how the person is currently experiencing those problems and what's going through their mind while they're discussing them. The aim of this is to help the person become more aware of background thoughts that might be relevant to the problem, enabling them to take a different perspective on their problems. This process of helping people shift awareness onto the source of their problems is believed to help with reorganization, reducing conflict and psychological distress as a result. One of the great things about MOL is that it puts the person receiving therapy in control of their sessions. This means they choose the number of sessions that's right for them, how often they have sessions, and how long they last for. The person also decides what they talk about in therapy. This means that therapy is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's tailor-made for each individual. MOL enables people to find their own unique solutions to their problems. It also helps people discover what's important to them and how they can lead a life that fits better with their own goals and expectations.